still miss you. Yeah. Save my money, had a ring for you. Meshing on the hills, I had some plans for you. Told myself for real, wouldn't write about you. This the only way I get my mind off. Had to do this for my health. I don't need your help. I just think about my wealth. Doing better for myself. First class popping on some real shit. This could've been you on some real shit. Now you back with that lame, you regret shit. I just do my own thing, check my profits. I'm focused on me, get my paper. Put my time with real love, I never hate you. Cause you showed me what's love, but you didn't give it all. I had to learn from it, taught me how to never fall. Took the money out the safe for you at a ball. I had to change my own number so you never call. Girl, you could've been flexing with them red bottoms. You could've been with us popping all these bottles. Could've rode in my jet going full throttle. All I gotta do now is be a role model. I know it's true. It's just love with my crew. Save my money, had a ring for you. Mansion on the hills, I had some plans for you. Told myself for real, I wouldn't write about you. This the only way I get my mind off you.
All right. You already know what time it is. It is time for another episode of the Sneaker Show. Hey, it's good to see everyone in the chat. I know, big game going on right now. You have the, what is it right now? The AFC Championship game. I watched Tom Brady win the NFC Championship game. I was actually hoping for Mahomes, Brady, Super Bowl. GOAT, old GOAT versus baby GOAT. That's what I want to see. And it looks like we're going to get that. I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Bills, right? It's looking like a done deal. So, hey, there you go. Love that. But yeah, it's great to see everyone in the chat. I hope everyone's weekend was awesome. Yeah, that's it. I hope everyone's weekend was awesome. Do I need to say more? I know the Jerome Mob had an awesome weekend. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about on today's show because obviously we didn't do a sneaker show last week, right? So we have some things to make up for. But we got some interesting stuff, a couple new signature sneakers. We have a lot of retro sneakers, a couple new colorways, as well as a debut of the LeBron 18 Low, which I don't think that we've talked about. But before we get to that, I want to talk to you guys about this. Look at this. I thought this was interesting. LeBron James on Instagram, he posted this very short clip of the new Space Jam movie. Now, I get it. Space Jam 2, no one's like truly excited about it. People don't even like the original. There's a lot of people who don't like the original. I love the original. I will die on this hill. I think the original Space Jam is awesome. That's what I think. So, I mean, that was my childhood. Like, honestly, my mom has so many home videos of me, playing basketball on my Fisher-Price hoop to the Space Jam soundtrack, which was on cassette, which were these things that was like Apple Music, but it wasn't on your phone. It was like a little like it was like a tape. It was like a little square thing. You put it in a device and it would play music for all you youngins out there. But I'm actually excited for Space Jam 2 because I'm a huge Space Jam fan. So I'm excited to see this movie. And here's the clip. What strikes me about this clip is a few things. First of all, look at the court they're playing on. Neon lights. It's cool. It makes sense. I think it looks good. But, Michael played on a cartoon floor, but at least it was meant to look like a real basketball floor. So looks like they're going extreme with the whole space, cartoon route, which is okay. It's a cartoon, right? It's Space Jam. But this right here, look at this. Who is this getting abducted up into the scoreboard? Who is that? I don't know, because LeBron's right here, right? And you can see this looks like some humanoid figure. It doesn't look like a monster or something like that. This looks like somebody. Who is that? If this is LeBron and this is Bugs Bunny, who's this guy? Is it Michael Jordan? A Monstar version of Michael Jordan? I don't know. I'm interested to know, but that's what I noticed. Some dude is going up there in the scoreboard. Maybe it's an evil LeBron, and then when he does that, the scoreboard explodes. It's trippy, but I have to say, the animation looks great. The colors, awesome. My man Josiah is talking about these Toon Squad jerseys, which we've seen before. We've actually talked about it on the Sneaker Show. He says they're just meh. Yeah, they're just meh. They're not as good as the OGs, but I'm excited about this movie. real. If you didn't see LeBron in that comedy movie, what was it called? It was like a romantic comedy, and he was the guy, Bill Hader's like friend. I forget what that movie was called, but LeBron was pretty funny in it, so I can't wait to see him in this. He has some acting chops, if you know what I mean. But I just wanted to share this with you guys. I cannot wait for the trailer. We're definitely going to talk about that trailer on the Sneaker Show, no doubt. But let's do some house cleaning here. We talked about these before. The Jordan 1 Low Chinese New Year. We talked about these. Everybody loved them. It's a fantastic looking sneaker. Jordan Brand absolutely killed it with these. But there's some developing news. It's only being limited to 8,500 pairs. So you're probably not going to be able to cop these, which is a bummer because I think most people on the Sneaker Show last time gave these a 10 out of 10 cop. I gave these a 10 out of 10 cop. They're absolutely fantastic. Yes, I would remove this tassel that we're seeing, but it's an awesome colorway. Only 8,500 pairs. Let's take a look at StockX. Could you even get these right now on StockX? Yep, right here they are. Jordan 1 Low OG, $1,700. So yeah, they're, oh my God. Oh my God. Super cop like everyone's saying in the chat. Look at my guy, Tony Ninho says Instacop. Absolutely. But look, dog, I hope you got that kind of bread, bruh, because that's a lot of money. It's a bummer, you know, because I think if they drop these in mass quantities, I think they would do well. I don't know if they would sell out. I mean, they might. I mean, it's a bread Jordan 1 Low with some special Chinese New Year graphics. Everyone in China would buy them. I know that. China got a huge sneaker culture out there. But yes, it's a bummer. 8,500 pairs retailing for $130. So, hey, if you could get these, if you can get these for $130 retail, like you get lucky, hey, you could sell them on StockX and you can make a nice profit. Usually reselling sneakers doesn't make sense. The profit margin is just not good enough unless you're selling mass quantities, like multiple pairs. But if you're just trying to flip one pair, it's usually not worth the hassle, guys. It really isn't. But these are set to drop on January 31st online at select Jordan Brand stock list. So be on your game if you need some cheddar cheese. You know, I don't condone reselling sneakers, but hey, it's America. You can do whatever you want. You could do it really anywhere, but you know what I mean. All right, next up, Kyrie 7 Rayguns. We talked about these, but just an update as we get closer to the official release date. I'll be doing this with you guys just to keep you guys on your toes, alert. Make sure you guys get the sneakers that you want to cop. The Kyrie 7 Rayguns are releasing this week. I think we have talked about these. Most people gave these a cop. It's classic. It's awesome. The Kyrie signature line has a ton of fans. The Raygun colorway, it's a fan favorite. It's clean. This shot, I love this kind of shot where you're holding it like that. It's beautiful. But the Raygun graphic on the back, absolutely fire. Awesome. These are dropping January 29th for $130. So make sure you're on your game if you want these. That would be a great cop. If I saw someone wearing these out in public, I would say, hey, yo, nice kicks. Nice kicks. All right, moving on. Kobe 6 All-Star Protro. You know, I forget where I was. I think I was on NBA Kicks, the last episode of NBA Kicks. I had said Kobe 5 Protro, and someone commented, they're not Protros anymore. Yes, they are. Maybe not the Kobe 4, and maybe not the Kobe 5, but the Kobe 6, it is a Protro, right? They put Zoom Turbo in the forefoot. They updated it, but it's still relatively the same sneaker. But here we have the All-Star colorway, which we've talked about. You got to love these. You guys know me. Red is my favorite color. I'm giving these a cop. You already know it's the Kobe 6. It's one of the most iconic sneakers, not just in the Kobe Bryant signature line, but one of the most iconic sneakers of all time. Can I get an amen? I'm visualizing you guys right now saying amen, even though I can't hear you guys. I wish I could, but I can't. Kobe 6 All-Star Protro. When are they dropping? Let's see. Next month. Okay, for $180. So, hey, they're taxing on it, but this is a beautiful colorway. Black, red, milky translucent outsole, slightly tinted blue, which is a very unique look. Look at that upper. Oh my gosh. Come on. There we go. I'm seeing amens in the chat. I'm seeing Instacops in the chat. You know what? I apologize. These aren't just a cop. These are an Instacop. Yes, it is. And look, right here on the laces, you have 2011 All-Star Game. What a beautiful sneaker. Oh, here are the insoles. But the problem is, you're probably not going to be able to get them. It is what it is. There's a slight chance that Nike is more prepared for these releases. And I know a lot of people in the past were saying, you know, especially for like the Bruce Lees and the previous Kobe 5 and 4 releases after his passing, everyone was like, why don't they drop more? You know, I was taking not the side of Nike, but I was saying, you know, you have to understand that these releases are planned way ahead of time, right? So Kobe dies, he passes away. You know, the next releases, they were already planned, and it's not like they're going to make more, you know what I mean? Again, I don't work for Nike, so I don't even know if that's possible. But the Kobe 6, not with the Grinches like we saw, those sold out very fast. Not enough pairs were made, and even it was so little that Vanessa Bryant, his wife, commented like, hey, I know Nike didn't make enough pairs, but we're planning things in the future. So hopefully with this release, there's more pairs so people like you and I could get more. Hey, shout out to Dom in the chat. It's good to see you, my man. Thanks for joining the sneaker show. As always, you know I appreciate you, dog. Okay, let's move on. So Nike just released the LeBron 8 graffiti. It was a shock drop in case you weren't paying attention. But yes, they indeed dropped one of the most iconic colorways in the entire LeBron signature line. This is a sneaker that is almost universally loved. And the LeBron 8 is not only one of LeBron's favorite sneakers that Nike has ever made him, but for the fans as well. Fans love the LeBron 8. So Nike dropped these. And it was actually an unofficial announcement of something that's very exciting that I'm going to talk about next. But first, let's just get through the LeBron 8 graffiti. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. They dropped them for $200 on the 23rd. Again, it was a shock drop on the sneakers app, but these are absolutely beautiful. Black, red, white. Those are my 3 favorite colors. And then you have the graphic on the upper. It's iconic. It's awesome. I think that these are an Instacop, right, guys? Instacop. Yes, the LeBron 8 might be a little bit dated, a little bit heavy, a little too powerful. You know I like my versatile sneakers, but it's an awesome sneaker. Everyone absolutely loved these. Josiah just says, these are decent. Interesting. Donna says, eh. Shane says, drop, but looks good. Not Shane, but Shane. So nice, you gotta say his name twice. John, my man John, shout out to John in the chat. He says Instacop. Timothy Cop. Yep. Jose says too generic. Come on, Jose. Put a cap on that, bruh. You're getting stale, Jose. That's not true. Come on, too generic. Maybe the graffiti theme is played out now, but back when these dropped, this was new. This was unique. Well, actually, the LeBron 4 had the graffiti colorway, right? But still, it wasn't overused like it is today. I mean, come on now. But Z has a good point in the chat. He says, for $200, I buy other sneakers. That's a good point. $200 is a lot. But if you got the bread, this is a nice addition to your collection. Rocking these on the court, you're going to get a lot of compliments. People are going to think that they're the OGs, and you can maybe lie to them and say that they are the OGs and be like, yeah, man, I've had these since... 07 or 08 or whenever these bad boys came out. Maybe 2010. Who knows? Let's move on, though. Now, like I said, the shock drop for this colorway was actually an announcement for the return of LeBron Watch. Yes, indeed. LeBron Watch is coming back. In case you're not familiar, LeBron Watch is basically Nike gives LeBron amazing player exclusive colorways on the current sneaker that he's playing in. So I think the last time we had LeBron Watch, it was on the LeBron 15. Now, if we just type it in, LeBron 15, LeBron Watch, there were a ton of great colorways. We had, these were absolutely awesome. I believe that these were inspired by the Zoom Air Generation. You had not the Dunk Man, the Swing Man, you know, Ken Griffey Jr. inspired one. You had the Miami Vice inspired one, the Nike Sportswears, the ACGs, All Conditions gear. You had the Turf. What are these called? The Turf Diamond. That's right. The Deion Sanders sneaker. I mean, LeBron watch was absolutely fire. So with the LeBron 18, which is a sneaker that I think a lot of us really like how that looks visually, having LeBron watch come back is going to be absolutely fantastic. And if you don't want to take my word for it, LeBron James himself actually announced this on his Instagram here, that LeBron watch is coming back. So in case you don't believe me, yes, 23rd of each month. I don't know if you guys could hear this, but if you guys couldn't hear this, he says LeBron watches back on the 23rd of every month. They're going to give us an awesome player exclusive. He says we cannot hear. Okay, so I'll translate for you. I'll do my best, LeBron. Hey, yo, me and Nike got something special for you on the 23rd of every month. LeBron watch is back. I repeat, LeBron watch is back. Okay, that's awesome. We're going to love it. I can't wait to see it. Let me know in the chat right now, what colorway of the LeBron 18 PE would you like to see in the LeBron watch? I want the Miami Vices. I want the Turf Diamonds. I want the Shock BB4s. There was a colorway like that LeBron had. I want all of it. I want a Kobe-inspired one. Give me a Bruce Lee-inspired LeBron 18. Oh, my God. I'm sweating because that sneaker's going to be so hot. So hot. I cannot wait. But, yes, I'm excited for LeBron watch to come back, as should you. Next topic. Okay, this one I'm not excited about, but it's Drake. I have to talk about it. He's one of the most recognizable stars in the world. Drake teases new Nike sneaker collaboration. Now, oh, come on, bro. Like, look, we know Drake and Jordan Brand, they have a deal, right? Now, if we just look up Drake and Jordan Brand shoes, these are the shoes that Drake's partnership with Jordan Brand has got us. Look at this. OVO 6s, boring. The 12s, the 10s, boring. What else? Is there anything else? The 8s, boring. These are just black and white or white and black colorways, or black and gold or gold and white colorways of sneakers that we don't care about unless they're in OG colors. Like Leon saying the 12s were nice. What do you mean? Okay, yes, it's a nice sneaker. I didn't say they were bad, but they're just like, are they really that special? It's a white and gold colorway. I mean, it's about as generic as you can get. And yes, there's the OVO on the bottom. It's whatever. I'm just saying, the partnership lacked creativity. It really did. Because they're just white and black. They're not awful. They're just kind of there. It's just like whatever. I don't know. And honestly, if you were to ask me what should they have done, I have no idea. I really don't. But I just know that I was underwhelmed with almost everything that Drake and Jordan Brand brought us. However, here we have Drake with, I guess these are the Hot Step Air Terra. Whatever. I don't know what that silhouette is. I've never rocked a pair of those in my life. I haven't even seen those on the street nonetheless. But apparently, this is his collab with Nike. And again, the theme here is underwhelming. Do I have a sound effect for this? I don't think I have a sound effect. This one?
What are you doing, step bro?
If Drake was your step bro and he said, hey, look at my kicks, man. Look at my kicks.
What are you doing, step bro?
I don't know about that. This just looks... Rico says they are boo-boo. Sharp says, bro, get some color. Yeah, John says 14 vibes. Yes. John says Drake has heat music, but no drip. Yeah, I don't know, man. This just looks boring to me. Honestly, there's some more photos. Look at this. Here he is. He has a heart on his head, first of all. Look at that. That is a bold statement there, to have a heart on your head like that. He's got the kicks. They're just so boring. They're so boring. I'm not excited for these. $150 apparently. Fall 2021. Hot Step Air Terra / Nocta, whatever that means. White and chrome. I think these are a drop, right? It's not a mega drop because remember, mega drop. Mega drop means if you got those sneakers for a gift, you still wouldn't wear them. You would try to actually give them away. You'd re-gift, you donate. This, you wouldn't do that because it's Drake. There's probably going to be some hype surrounding it when they do eventually drop, and you can kind of do a small flex or whatever to your boys. I got the Drake Nikes. So you wouldn't insta drop them or mega drop them, but still, I mean, I'm not copping them. I'm dropping them. Let's move on. All right. Speaking of uninspiring, oh my gosh, guys. Curry 8 flow like water. Okay, so pretend that I didn't even say the name, okay? I don't even want you guys to hear that name. Here's the Curry 8. Yellow, white. Pretty basic, right? It actually looks like, you know what this looks like? It looks like when 2K just generates a colorway for the sneaker that the player's wearing. Like, it just generates the team colors. Like, it uses the team colors. You know what I mean? That's what this looks like. It's yellow, it's white. There's literally no color blocking. The logo isn't even in blue, so it doesn't even feel like a Warriors P. It's just like a yellow team color for like a high school whose team colors are yellow. I mean, it's not awful. They're not terrible. I don't like this shade of yellow. It's real like mustard yellow, like yellow mustard that you put on a hot dog. It's not great, but they're not awful. The problem I have with it is flow like water. What does that mean? Are they going off of the old Bruce Lee flow like water or be like water, my friend? Are they doing that? Because if they are, and this is their version of the Bruce Lee colorway, that is a fail. That's a fail. I'm sorry. If they're really trying to sell these as a Bruce Lee inspired like colorway, that is a fail. Matthew says, water? Looks like piss to me. That's very funny, Matthew. I like that. But yeah, I mean, come on. Like, why even try to shoehorn in an inspiration here? If it's not inspired by Bruce Lee and it's just like, no, Curry flows like water out there on the court. He's a splash bro. Ha, ha, ha. Why is it yellow? What does that have to do with water or flow? It's just weird. It's such a fail. I just don't get it. They should have dropped this Curry 8 Tour Yellow. Curry 8 University Gold. Curry 8 Yellow. Don't try to shoehorn in like an inspiration. Like, it's just the weirdest. Now, Toninho in the chat says the name isn't the best, but the colorway is amazing. Maybe you love yellow. You love yellow more than me. I personally, I would drop these. However, with that being said, the Curry 8 is growing on me. I really want a pair of Curry 8s. I really do. Even the metallic gold colorway, which I wasn't too fond of, I think it looks beautiful on the court, and I cannot wait to get a pair for myself. I've seen them in hand. I saw them at a Foot Locker down the street, and it's a very nice looking shoe. I do think they're overpriced by 10, 20, 15 bucks, but it's still a nice shoe. Now, when are these dropping? We've talked enough about these. They already dropped for $160. What? $160? What?
Bruh.
No, that's too much. Whatever, let's move on. Speaking of yellow, here we go. J. Cole. The Puma RS Dreamer is officially debuted. Now, here we see J. Cole in his iconic Forest Hill Drives album, art location. They're recreating the shot here, which is cool. Whatever. It's not really about the shoes, but whatever. January 28th is the release date. $135. Awesome price. If you're interested in them, they're not going to be taxed. So that's good news there. Now, as for the sneaker, here they are. Now, it looks like a natural progression of the RS Dreamer 1, right, guys? I mean, it looks like the sequel to the RS Dreamer, but obviously the big change here is the high topness of it, right? The Puma RS Dreamer 1 was a low top. These are a high top. Now, I think lows are more in trend than high tops. And this, I fear, just looks like a dated sneaker. It looks like a sneaker from like 2002, 2007 range. It just looks bulkier. But the good news is Puma does a good job with the modern tech. So I do think that these are going to be lighter than they look. So I don't really have a concern there. But it just looks, I don't know, cumbersome. Maybe it doesn't look like the smoothest shoe on the planet, but that's just impossible for me to totally make a judgment on because I don't have the shoe on my feet. Rico says this shoe is amazing. It gives that Kyrie vibes. Got to cop. Matthew says looks like the tooling was reused from the RS Dreamer 1. You are absolutely correct, Matthew, because if you take a look here on the outsole, it's the same outsole, right? That's the same traction pattern. The midsole looks exactly the same, which is fine. You know, that makes sense, especially if it worked. But here you have the Dreamer logo right there on the heel. But yeah, and I also think that this colorway is kind of like a thud. I love black and yellow. Don't get me wrong. I love that color combination. But I just feel like if they did the regular RS Dreamer... Oh, wait, hold on. RS Dreamer 1. You know that multicolored one? This one? These are more unique, right? And I think that if they did in this version on this shoe, that would have been cool because this kind of stood out. It was unique. These are just black and yellow. Why are they black and yellow? I don't know. Probably because J. Cole wanted it to be black and yellow, but whatever. Final judgment on these. You know what? I'm going to give these a light cop. It's a good looking shoe. It's got some hype on it. And it's different, right? Not a lot of people are going to be rocking Puma RS Dreamers. So you'll be unique. You'll be different. And you'll feel good about yourself. And the good news is, at only $135, you ain't going to go broke. You won't. Unless you really are broke already. Like me. Let's move on. All right. Okay, we have to unpack this one. The Li-Ning WOW Wade 9. Now, obviously, just looking at these photos, there's a lot going on, right? You got the high collar. You got the interesting material. You have the zipper shroud. You have the boa lacing system. You have what looks like a ripoff of the Eclipse plate from Jordan Brand and the 34 and the 35. But it's a pretty cool looking sneaker, I gotta admit. Now, the colorway, they nailed it. They dropped it in a colorway that was awesome. Black, a little splash of red, but not too much. You got very light gray to complement the neutral tones. The techie graphic on the upper is just, it just works with the silhouette. Whoever designed this at Li-Ning, this colorway, shout out to them. You done absolutely good. However, like I said, there's a lot to unpack here. Now, you see these green hits on the outsole. That's cool as well. But here's a white colorway, which also looks very clean. This, you ever look at those concept pieces? Like whenever Nike reveals like a brand new signature sneaker, they'll show the concept art for that sneaker. And what Nike ends up making never looks as clean as the concept art. Like, because the concept art has like straight lines, it has sharp edges, and then you get the shoe and it's a little bit more rounded, a little bit more real. That's just the reality of the situation. These look like a piece of concept art. Look at the lines. The shape of the shoe is very structured. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out performance-wise. But I mean, I'm seeing a lot of heat emojis in the chat, and people are absolutely loving these. Yeah, I'm excited about these as well. And it's been a long time since I've been excited about a Li-Ning WOW sneaker. My man Josiah, who's our moderator, also shout out to him, says they look a little like the Kobe 9s. Absolutely. Anything with a big collar like that, you're going to associate it with the Kobe 9 because the Kobe 9 did that high collar in a modern way the best, right? That was a fantastic sneaker. But here's the white colorway. And even they kind of stole that iridescent thing from the Eclipse plate onto here. So very, very interesting. No green hits on this colorway. It's just slightly tinted blue translucent outsole, which some people might not like. They don't like dual rubbers. They should have kept it solid, yada, yada, yada. It's all hearsay. It really comes down to the rubber compound. But the difference, here's a low top. Look at the low top as well. Very interesting. I think I like the highs more than the lows, but the lows look pretty interesting as well. Very clean. But okay, let's unpack these. Now, if you take a look at the outsole, you see that hole right there? That is something that the Jordan 34 and 35 doesn't have, right? So even though the 34 and the 35 does have a hole like this in the midsole, it doesn't on the bottom. But with these Way of Wades, it does. Now, that's going to be very interesting. Is it going to affect the performance? Probably not, because when you're striking with your foot, you're either striking with your forefoot or with your heel. It's almost impossible to land straight on like the middle of your foot. I mean, try to do it right now. It's like impossible. And even if it is possible, it's very weird, and you want to do that on a basketball court. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how that is this going to give an Eclipse plate like feel, because if it does, that's going to be absolutely awesome. The traction looks very compact. Dust looks like it's going to get caught in between there. Hopefully, the rubber compound is tacky enough to kind of negate those issues. The materials, they look soft, they look thin, but that might work against it because we have that BOA lacing system. Now, if you're not familiar, Nike experimented with this on a Kobe sneaker, which was never released. I've talked about this on the sneaker show. Nike had a Kobe sneaker that had the BOA lacing system, which we've seen. It's very popular on like hiking boots, I think ski or snowboard boots. And PUMA has also had a number of silhouettes, and they call it their disc system. It's the same thing. It's the BOA lacing system. It's a patent. You have to pay for it. All you do is basically you twist those knobs and the laces kind of, you know, warp to your foot. Now, the reason why I mention this is because with the thin materials, is there going to be enough padding on the inside of the shoe, or are we going to feel those wires, which is essentially what the lacing system is? Are we going to feel those wires, you know, warping and kind of, you know, closing in on your foot? That is a concern that I do have, but hopefully Li-Ning knows this and they put enough padding on the inside of the shoe to make it a comfortable experience. But yes, BOA constriction, BOA lacing system. Why is there a zipper if it's a BOA lacing system? That's also funny. Like, what is the zipper for? You can't like adjust the laces. At least I don't think so, right, guys? I mean, it's a BOA. It kind of tightens all at once. And that's one of the caveats of a lacing system like this. You can't tighten up the collar more than the midfoot or the forefoot, or vice versa, which way. There's no real modularity, right? It's you twist it and the lacing system tightens up all the way, kind of like the Adapt BBs. The Adapt BBs are basically a BOA lacing system, just automated, electronic, right? These are more or less manual. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, Toninho in the chat says the zipper is for style. Yes, but if we've learned anything, sneakers aren't just about style. It's about style and functionality, right, guys? If you look at the Kobe 7, those sneakers had a lot of style, but it didn't make a whole lot of sense when you got on the court. The functionality of them, it just wasn't that good. So yes, the zipper looks good, but what does it mean for the shoe functionality-wise? It's very interesting. But hey, I might have to cop these, guys. I might have to cop these because I haven't copped the Li-Ning sneaker in a long time. The release date has not been announced. It will be announced soon. So very, very interesting. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to cop these. If I could, I would cop these in this black colorway, which reminds me, maybe Famuji Sneakers has them available already. Let's see. Shop. Li-Ning. Here we go. I don't see them. I just see CJ McCollum's sneakers. Yeah. It's not looking good. Okay, what if we type in Way of Wade? Li-Ning. Sunlight Station. Oh yeah, Sunlight Station. I forgot about these guys. We'll open that. We'll open the official Way of Wade account. I don't see the Way of Wade 9s, but they do have the 8s. So you might want to cop these at Sunlight Station. I think that these are legit. The last time I checked, they were. They could have gone bad, but I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, who remembers D'Lo as part of Li-Ning? I forgot all about that. Can we shop? Yes, we can, but there's only a pair of slides, a basketball, and a Way of Wade Art Week sneaker that you can get in a number of sizes in these small photos. Very weird. So that's the problem. That's one of the hurdles that comes with the Li-Ning sneaker, right? Li-Ning, more than Anta or Peak, which are the other major brands from China, Li-Ning doesn't really dive into the North American market. Now, Peak and Anta also, their number one concern is their China-based customers, right? They're China-based consumers. But with Li-Ning, I mean, you guys see on the channel, Anta sends me sneakers all the time. Li-Ning doesn't. They don't see, they could care less about the North American market. So that's one of the hurdles. If you like these, which most of you guys do in the chat, it's going to be kind of hard to get these. I mean, that's just the matter of the fact. But let's move on. Let's talk about these real quick. Hold on. Concepts, Converse, collab. We'll do these real quick because they're not that exciting, but I just had to mention them. Here we have the All-Star Pro BB Evos. Look at the laces. It looks like hemp laces. Pretty funny. Kind of a Grinch vibe. You have a splash of orange with the gradient. And then you have these Converse All-Star Chucks, which use like the opposite, right? It's got green, but then it's mainly orange. Would you... Is this an Insta or Mega drop? No, if I got these for a gift, I would still rock these. I would rock these on the court and I would rock these off the court. They're classic, but I wouldn't cop them. So I'm just going to have to give these a drop. I am. Let's take a look at some more photos. They're dropping January 28th, by the way. Here are the Chucks. Those laces are funny. Awesome. So same thing here. I mean, not much needs to be said here. It's not the greatest collab, but hey, it's not awful. Most people are dropping them. Josiah says, looks like vegetable collection. Carrots and lettuce. I'm going to say carrots and kale, Josiah. This looks like kale. Not lettuce. Kale. Is kale a type of lettuce? Maybe. I don't eat kale, so I wouldn't know. Let's move on. All right, this is interesting. Jordan 35 Chinese New Year. What is this? Now, this has to be a custom, right? Because look at this. This is actually what they're supposed to look like. Okay, so look here. I'll have these up to these. The reason why I say that these are a custom is because there's a stormtrooper on them. Look at that. That's got to be a custom, right? This is the actual colorway, which I have to say, this boring. I mean, black, red, and white. Yes, I love them, but the hits of gold, not a huge fan of them. These, however, which like we talked about earlier with the Jordan 1s, Chinese New Year's, similar graphics, right? Those were awesome. This, if Jordan Brand dropped these, that would have been a cop. That would have been a cop, right, guys? But no, instead, Jordan Brand gave us these, which aren't a cop. I mean, they're okay. They're actually pretty clean, I have to say. I like that outsole, the milky outsole. That's pretty nice. But I don't like that yellow. I just don't. I don't. It reminds me of like McDonald's. This looks like a McDonald's All-American sneaker, which we will talk about a McDonald's All-American sneaker later in the show. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. These ain't it, man. Especially for what they're charging, $180. Nah, I don't think so. I'm gonna have to go ahead and drop those. Let's move on. Aha! Speaking of football, Jordan 12 Low Super Bowl. Now check this out. So, this colorway of the Jordan 12 drops February 6th for $190. These are inspired by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the reason why is not because it's a black and red, which is just a flu game colorway, right? You have metallic gold hits and a special edition graphic on the inner lining, which I actually don't like at all. But if you look at the heel tab here, you have red and that kind of goldish orange, right? Which are Tampa Bay Buccaneers colors. Now, as we know, the Bucs are in the Super Bowl. But how could Jordan Brand have known that, man? Now, we know Jordan and Tom Brady. I almost said Tampa. Jordan and Tom Brady, they have a friendship. So maybe he's looking out for him, even though Tom Brady's, sponsored by Under Armour. But that's neither here nor there. But really, these are inspired by because the Super Bowl is in Tampa. They just got so lucky that the Tampa Bay sports team is in the Super Bowl. So, hey, most people are copying these in the chat. You guys like these. Now, I don't like this graphic. I don't know what it's inspired by, what this has to do with the Super Bowl. It looks like a cheap 80s, 90 graphic, which should be on like a Fresh Prince sneaker. It looks like they ran or they had extra materials from a Fresh Prince colorway, and they just were like, oh yeah, put it on the Super Bowl Jordan 12s that we're dropping in February 2021. Yeah, just throw it on there, make it more unique. But it's not awful. It's not a mega drop. For me personally, it's a drop. But if you guys want to cop these, I would not hold that against you. I wouldn't. I would compliment you if I saw these on your feet. I'd be like, hey man, nice kicks, bro. And you'd be like, hey, shout out to you, dog. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, whatever. It's just okay. It's just okay. They aight, like my guy Sharp says. All right, next up. Okay, we talked about these Jordan 6 Carmines. The reason now we talked about these, right, guys? I mean, come on, it's in this account. It's the Jordan 6 Carmine. It's an OG colorway. We love them. It's awesome. You gotta cop them when they drop. But the reason why I'm talking about it is because these are dropping February 13th for $225. So if you're interested in these, maybe ask your girl for a Valentine's Day gift, which is smart. Jordan Brand is smart. They go, let's drop these before Valentine's Day so people buy it for each other. You could buy your girl a pair. Your girl buys your pair. That's the trick, guys. That's the trick. You buy each other them. Your pair is going to be more expensive than the women's pair. So you go, let's buy each other these sneakers. But you don't tell her that. You just, you just swap gifts. It's simple. It's easy. She probably thinks it's going to cost just as much because they're Jordans. But the trick is, that's the trick, man. Hey, babe, can we get these matching sneakers for Valentine's Day? Yeah, absolutely, boo. Boom. You got yourself a pair of Carmine 6s for cheaper than you're supposed to buy them for. The more you know, okay? But yeah, February 13th. Next up, Air Jordan 5 Anthracite. Now, the Jordan 5 is one of my favorite Jordans ever. For me personally, it's a top 3 Jordan. It goes Jordan 1, Jordan 3 or 4, and then Jordan 5. Those are my favorite Jordans. This is an anthracite colorway. It's not an OG colorway, so it's already behind the barrel here. We all know that OG colorways is what people are interested in when it comes to Jordan legacy models like the Jordan 5. But hey, these are cool. $190, February 6th. You got black all over, switch up on materials, kind of like a denim look. They're not awful. They're not awful. Here's 3M on that midfoot panel, which I think looks absolutely beautiful. These are solid. I think if you could pick these up, you should pick these up. And even 3M right there on the top mesh of the tongue. That's very cool. Although the outsole looks a little bit aged. I'm not a huge fan of that. But blacked out tongue. Oh yeah, these are clean, guys. These are absolutely fantastic. The only thing I don't like about them are the materials. Back in the day, fake J's used to use materials like these, so I'm not a huge fan of them. I'm going to give these a very, very light cap. It's good. It's a Jordan 5. If you rock these, I would respect you. I would. I wouldn't not respect you. It's a Jordan 5. February 6th. Be on the lookout. Aha. Now, this is not an OG colorway. And like I said, people are only interested in OG colorways. But it is a Jordan 1 University Blue. And for whatever reason, University Blue on Jordan silhouettes just works. Probably because he went to North Carolina. So there's some connection there. It's not out of left field. It makes sense. And if Jordan was playing right now, Nike would drop this colorway and it would be an OG, if you know what I mean. But back then, they didn't really honor the college, right? That the athlete went to. They just did, the Bulls colors, black, red, white, red, black, So, but hey, I really like these. And Jordan 1, probably my favorite Jordan of all time. I absolutely love this sneaker. And this colorway looks absolutely fantastic. It's not an Instacop, but it is a cop. Absolutely. Donna says, I would buy these. Yes, you would. Joy says, UNC PE Air Jordan 1. Yes, sir. Right on the money, Joy. Mike says, super cop. Leon says, Duke all day, but these is aight. Leon, would you wear these even though you're a Duke fan? Would you wear these? That's a little sacrilege, man. You could not go to Chapel Hill. Is it Chapel Hill? Is that where Duke is? I don't know, man. You could not go to the Coach K court rocking these and come out without a few scars. You couldn't. You couldn't. Absolutely not. But when are these dropping? March 6th for $170. Pretty expensive, but hey, it's an OG color, or not an OG colorway, an OG silhouette. What are you gonna do? All right, here we go. Jordan 1 Zoom. So whoops, I accidentally clicked on an ad. What is this? Oh, a pegboard. I'm not interested. $69. That's not a bad price, actually. Okay, here we go. Jordan 1 Zoom Comfort in this clean colorway. I actually don't like this colorway. I don't like how there's different tones of white. It makes it look like dirty. And then you have the black. Like, if you're going to go with different tones of white like this, just make everything like that, right? That would have looked way cleaner. But no, they did different tones of white with the black on it, which is weird. I don't like these. Josiah says, nah, not for me. Shane is copying these, though. Okay, Igor says, nah. Josiah says pink laces would be clean, or some gray. Yeah, I think pink would have looked better, or any color would have looked better than black. I'm not a huge fan of black on these, so I think I'm agree with you guys in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and drop these. Not a huge fan. But I do want a pair of Jordan 1 Zooms. Now, if you're not familiar, let's see if the outsole, it's full-length Zoom, which is incredible. So I want a pair of these, and I actually kind of want to do a performance review on that, because the Jordan 1 has some of the best traction ever. It's an amazing outsole. So I want to get these on the court, but not in this colorway. Absolutely not. All right, let's talk. Let's skip a couple here. Let's move on to Nike. All right, Off-White Jordan 1 Canary Yellow releasing this year. I don't know if this is a Photoshop or a leaked image or whatever, but here you go. Off-White Jordan 1 in yellow. What do you guys think? I personally, I don't like them. I don't like, yellow's tough for me, guys. Yellow is tough. I'm not the biggest fan of yellow. I'm not against it. It's just, I'd rather rock other colors. Blue, red, green, black, white, gray, purple. What other, burgundy? I'd rather rock a nice indigo. I'd rather rock a nice seafoam green. I'd rather rock a nice mocha, you know, oak. I'd rather rock a nice like sea breeze blue. That's what I'd rather rock than yellow. But hey, it's Off-White. You could probably resell these, or if not, you could rock them and get a lot of clout. What are you gonna do? Clout is not up for you to decide. It's for other people to decide. So if you rock these, you're going to get clout. Tino says, I give it a drop. Okay. Jomar says, Virgil dropping a ton of Nike Off-Whites this year. That's a cop. Do you mean there's other sneakers like this that are a cop, or these are a cop? Who knows? Virgil is a fan of mustard. Like actual mustard, Edgar? Or like the color mustard? Or does Virgil go like, hey, can I get a double cheeseburger with just mustard on it? No ketchup, no mayo, no relish, none of that. I just want mustard. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, these are dropping. All right, next up. Aha. Now, we talked about these, the Cosmic Unities. We've talked about them, but let's refresh our memory here. What do you guys think about these? This heel cup is throwing me off. Like, if you look from the back, it kind of protrudes. I think that they could have done without this. I really do. But I love the texture on the upper, the texture on the swoosh. Look at me. I got a big smile on my face. I love the texture on the midsole. I mean, this looks cool. And I love those multicolored kind of, you know, piece-colored braided laces. That looks absolutely fantastic. The heel looks cool from the back. To enter the giveaway, you have to follow me on Instagram. So the link to my Instagram is in the description box. Make sure you follow it, because you have to do that to be entered into the giveaway. There's some other things you have to do, but that's one of them. So be ahead of the curve. Follow me on Instagram at Jeramon. Link in the description. Back to the sneakers. These are absolutely clean. What else do you want from me? $160, white, blue. You have multicolor right here on the heel cup. These are absolutely fantastic. I don't know what else you want to hear from me. These are absolutely a cop. I love these. I love this. And the tinted blue translucent. Also, icy, baby. Ooh, these are very, very nice. Mega Cop, Donna says in the chat. Mega Cop. Oh, I think the stream caught up, by the way. That's awesome. But yes, these are absolutely awesome. Move on. Kyrie 7. What is this colorway? Who asked for these? Don't like them at all. It's like a knockoff Yeezy, but they couldn't get the black, so they got the navy. Don't like it. Bright green. You got the solar on the inner cup. The heel cup looks pretty cool. I like that graphic with the all-seeing eye, kind of like zooming in and out on it. I think that's very cool, but the colorway as a whole, not a fan. I gotta drop them. I gotta drop them. And plus, the Kyrie 7 already is a step behind for me visually, so you really have to blow me away with the colorway, and this just does not do that for me. I don't like these at all. Like my guy Joe Marico in the chat says, nah, drop. I agree with you, Joe Mar. Let's move on. Okay, let's talk about that McDonald's sneaker I told you about earlier. The Harden Volume 5. Whoa, Terry Crews is on my screen. He wants me to ping identity. Whatever that is. Bye-bye, Terry Crews. Okay, so the reason why I want to talk about this shoe is because... What's the deal? I can't scroll. Let me refresh the page. Okay. Reviews of the Harden 5 have come out and people are not digging them. Now, I haven't watched these reviews. I want to judge these on my own. You guys know I was excited for the Harden Volume 5. I still am. I think it's a great looking sneaker. The performance features are there, but apparently it doesn't translate into comfort on the court, but I have to judge that for myself. So stay tuned for that video. But here is the McDonald's All-American colorway. Adidas sponsors the McDonald's All-American game. These are pretty cool. You have the red all across everything, right? But then you have the blue and the yellow hits. It makes sense. I like it. I want to rock it every day off the court, but on the court, I would rock it. And then you have the McDonald's patch on the lateral side of the heel, which who doesn't love McDonald's, man? Oh, come on. Double quarter pounder with cheese, chicken nuggets, sweet and sour sauce with the fries. Oh, I might go to McDonald's tonight. No, I can't. I can't go to McDonald's tonight. That's not bad. Bad, Jaren. But yes, these are cool. I actually would cop these. I wouldn't mind copying these as my first pair of Harden 5s. I'd rather have the supernatural colorways that we talked about on a previous episode. But these, I wouldn't mind copying these. You guys don't like these, though, in the chat. Mega drop? What? Come on. McDonald's? Come on. McDonald's? Would you rather go to Burger King? No. Come on, guys. You guys are being too harsh. For $1.30, I'd rock these. You guys are being too harsh on these. Too harsh. Jomar says, drop for me, but I want McDonald's. Hey, I want McDonald's too, man. Jose says mega drop or mega cop, excuse me. Jose's like it. See, Jose's my McDonald's, bro. Jose knows what's up. We like McDonald's, baby. That's what we like. Okay, let's move on. This is cool. The Rose 11. This colorway celebrates his 50-point performance that he had with the Timberwolves a few years ago in 2018. He did it against the Utah Jazz, and here this colorway has Utah Jazz colors. So white, purple, green, yellow. These are $1.20. That's a good price. Here's some 3M on the upper. Unfortunately, I love the inspiration behind the colorway. It was a great story. Rose got emotional. He cried. I teared up a little bit as well. It's okay. Boys cry too. Only real men do. But I wouldn't spend my money on these. I just wouldn't. I gotta drop them. I mean, I'm not a fan of the color scheme, but I appreciate the inspiration. I do. I appreciate the inspiration. I just wouldn't spend my money on these. I'm sorry. But hey, shout out to Derrick Rose. I know Josiah, my man Josiah loves Derrick Rose in the chat. Now, what about this colorway of the Rose 11s? Boardwalk, a little bit better. Kind of gives you some Miami Vice vibes, right? You have the blue or the aqua or whatever color this is, teal with the pink, the white. You have like this weird like tan color on the collar, which I don't know, probably should have been gray or pink or blue or teal or whatever. But hey, it is what it is. These are awesome. $1.20. These are a cop. These are a cop. Okay. The other ones weren't. I wouldn't drop these. I would cop these if I'm interested in them. But I'm not that interested in the Rose 11. It's been a while since a Rose sneaker has really got the blood flowing in me, if you know what I mean. But this is a solid colorway, I have to admit. And I think it's inspired by the Boardwalk. Like, I think they did Boardwalk colorways before on the Rose 4s. Not Boardwalk Empire. Okay, I got okay, Adidas. Yes, they had. They got it on a Rose 10. Here, the Rose 4s is what I'm thinking about. I think there's a Boardwalk in Chicago. I think I went on it too, but I forget the official name of it, what it's inspired by. But yes, this is a regular colorway in the Derrick Rose signature line. Boardwalk 11s. When are they dropping? Coming week, so we don't exactly know yet. All right, this shoe I'm excited to talk to you guys about. Check this out, guys. Arizona Iced Tea Adidas Superstar collaboration. Hey, who on Twitch, if you guys aren't following me on Twitch, link in the description, but someone on Twitch was like, we had a deep conversation about Arizona Iced Tea. What was the best flavor? Oh man, I love Arizona Iced Tea. I want to go get one right now. After the show, I'm getting an Arizona Iced Tea, boy. Maybe some McDonald's too. But hey, look at these. What is this that comes with the shoe? A pouch for your laces. It comes with not one, not two, not three, but 4 different colored laces. Right here, you have the neutral tone laces, but they also give you black, they give you pink, and they give you that iconic teal color that the Arizona Iced Tea can comes in. Oh my gosh, guys. Come on, these are awesome. Look at the bottom. Arizona logo on the bottom of the outsole. Oh my God. Look at this colorway. There's the classic print, have an ice day on the stitching. Oh my God. Come on. It's a mega cup. Who's not feeling it in the chat? Who is that? Who said that? Oh, message retracted. Oh, he retracted the message. He retracted the message. Mega drop, Shane. Calm. What? You want to rock these, Shane? I would rock these. And I don't like this one. The two-tone colorway. It's okay. I'd rather rock this one. This is a cop. Come on, guys. I actually might cop these. Camera Bay loves Arizona Iced Tea as well. So we might cop one of these because these are awesome. She wants a pair of shell toes too. So these are perfect. But there's a ton. Look at this one. It says, I love big cans. That's absolutely hilarious. Oh my God. Come on. I love these. I think I'm fanboying out right now because I love Arizona Iced Tea. But hey, it is what it is. These drop February 4th for $100. I'm going to try to get one of these, guys. Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to try to get one of these. Absolutely, guys. But there you guys have it. That is the end of the sneaker show. I apologize for the turbulence we had towards the end of the show there, but hey, we got through it together. I want to appreciate everyone who is here in the chat. Make sure you guys remember, I have NBA Kicks coming out this week, and I also have that City Edition jersey video where I'll be giving away a free City Edition jersey. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Thank you, Josiah. He said, awesome show today as always. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So more sneaker show or more episodes of the sneaker show every single Sunday. Sometimes it's a slow news week, so we skip a week, but we never miss 2 weeks in a row, baby. We always come back on that second week. So make sure you subscribe. My name is Jaren. It's great having you. I'm going to go get some Arizona Iced Tea and possibly some McDonald's. Peace. Have a good day.